there is no real reason to buy this game unless you are a just hardcore Star Wars fan and you absolutely adore being in the world. Even then, it's there. Man, I'll tell you something. We are in a world of riches when it comes to great games up and down the budgetary spectrum. Rectum. We're in a great time when it comes to video games up and down the budgetary spectrum, from like way up there with, you know, AAA Wukong, depending on where you're playing it. Great indie games out. There's a Zelda coming out in a month. This is not something you should spend $60, $70 on. It just doesn't make sense. It's if you have access to Ubisoft Plus, try it. That's what I did. $19, $18 for a month. I get a bunch of other games. If you're really frugal, wait until Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out, which I think is going to be a much better game, but maybe it won't either. And then just you can have both of them plus over 100 other games to play. But to go out or rent it on GameFly or something, but to go out and buy this thing right now at $60, $70, I can't imagine many people are going to be like, hey, I'm glad I did that. There's just too many other great things to play. I think the best way to put it is it just suffers from lack of inspiration. I came to it, the first couple hours I was into it, because it's just such a great fantasy that I think a lot of us have wanted fulfilled for a long time. A great sense of like an open world Star Wars game. But once you actually get to the open world, the first open world when your ship crashes, it's just... none of it's very interesting. The speeder bike riding is like, okay. Going into the big cities with the underground, you know, rough areas and the nice club at the top. Cyberpunk does that so much better. Obviously with Night City, but the actual levels and mission structures within Night City. The stealth in the game is just... even if you love stealth, and I don't, it's just like you've done it 1,000 times before. It's just, it feels like every core system in the game, the bike riding, the stealthing, the shooting, the punching, the puzzles, it's like everything showed up for a paycheck kind of thing. It doesn't feel like there's this sense of inspiration or vision behind it. The only semi-interesting thing is this reputation system, and I just, honestly, I don't have the time to play enough to figure out the pros and cons of that system and if it even works well. I like the main character. I'm not a Star Wars hater. I like a lot of modern Star Wars, not as much as the classics, but any Star Wars for the most part is good Star Wars. The main character I don't have a problem with, Kay Vass, whatever her name is. Kay Vass is her name, I think. She's fine. I don't really care if the characters I play in games like this are good looking, but I certainly would agree there were a lot of weird screenshots they posted of her, but in motion and as a character when she's actually working, she's very likable. She's very cool. The little Nyx, whatever she's got, whatever that is, little gremlin thing with her is very cool. It's just, it feels like everybody just showed up, checked a bunch of boxes and went home. That's what it feels like. And I'm not hating on it, unless, you know, you're hating on that, but it's just, I've never seen a game that oozes meh and phoning it in like this game. And shame on them. I mean, we're living in a world where there are so many good game developers out there, and you don't have... I mean, I get it. It's Ubisoft. They want to spend a lot of money so they can make tons of money. Nobody's interested in getting on first base anymore, second base. Everybody's got to get game of the year. I get it. I understand the business model, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just like, you know, go fucking find a scrappy team of like 5 to 10 people and make some, you know, look at this. This is cool. This is inspired at a conceptual level, at a visual level. You're like, okay, I got to see more of this. Dead Space meets Star Wars, horror meets Star Wars. That's interesting. It doesn't have to be AAA. It's just got to be interesting. How is this hard? I guess it's hard because end of the day, you know, we'll see the sales figures. Ubisoft maybe like, that's great, Jaffe. Enjoy that, you know, enjoying your games. We don't care. We make widgets, and our widgets sell bucket loads, and it may. It doesn't deserve to, though. Well, that's mean. That's elitist and snobby. Maybe it does deserve to. Maybe, you know, if you like it, you like it. If you got a 12-year-old kid who loves Star Wars, you get him this, he'll be fine. But if you're actually looking for a genuinely cool, good game, and I don't mean some kind of like, oh, that advances the art form. I'm not talking about that. This isn't even good popcorn. I love popcorn games and popcorn movies. That's my favorite kind. But this ain't that. This is just like, it's like a good enough movie if you're being real lazy and you catch it on TV one Sunday and you're like, I don't know where the remote is. It's somewhere under the couch. I don't want to get up. The dog's laying in my lap. This is fine. That's this game. That's Star Wars Outlaws. 2 out of 80 set. I don't fucking know. It's just not good. Don't, seriously, man. Please don't waste your money on this. Get it on deep discount. Rent it, Gamefly, wherever, if you can still rent games. Or better yet, Ubisoft Plus, great value. Get that when AC comes out. Shadows, you'll be able to play Mirage if you haven't played it. The new Prince of Persia if you haven't played it. Their Crew Motorsport, is that what it is? The racing game is their Horizon ripoff or their Forza Horizon ripoff better than Forza Horizon. It's excellent. But don't waste your money on this as a straight up. You can always get it for $18 and then if you love it, buy it when it's on discount. Still save money. All right, be well, be safe. Bye.